A review is now ruled out of some of the provisions of the Armenia-Russia agreement on the status of the Russian border troops in Armenia. The Minister of Defense of Armenia, Davit Tonoyan, on Sunday told about the above-mentioned reporters in Panik village of Shirak Province. They are not documents written on stone, the minister noted, and quite a few problems which require legal contractual changes arise over time. Of course, this will be done. Tonoyan said the incident that took place in Panik several days ago could pave the way for making some changes. US President Donald Trump has stated that if Iran continues to threaten this country, it will suffer consequences. To Iranian President Rouhani, "Never ever threaten the United States again, or you will suffer consequences the likes of which few throughout history have ever suffered before," Trump wrote on Twitter. "We are no longer a country that will stand for your demented words of violence and death. Be cautious. Don't play with fire," Iranian President Hassan Rouhani had cautioned his US counterpart, "or you will regret." In his words, Iran's power is restraining. "We don't fight. We don't war against anybody," he had added in particular. The Iranian president's remarks were a response to a US State Department statement, according to which Washington will try to persuade its allies toward completely halting their purchase of oil from Iran by early November. A tragic incident has occurred Sunday in Armenia as a young man jumped off a bridge in capital city Yerevan. The 911 emergency hotline received a call at around 5:40 p.m. informing that a person had thrown himself from the Davit bridge. A fire and rescue squad was dispatched to the scene. Rescuers brought the 24-year-old person's dead body out and carried it to a waiting ambulance. Deputy Defense Minister of Armenia, Davit Tonoyan, who is on a working visit to New York City, had several meetings at the United Nations headquarters. At the talk with Jean-Pierre Lacroix, the UN Under-Secretary General for Peacekeeping Operations, they discussed the course of the implementation of the peacekeeping missions which Armenia has assumed, and exchanged views on the opportunities for the country's other format participation in the peacekeeping missions under the auspices of the UN, the Ministry of Defense informed. Also, the Armenian Deputy Defense Minister met with Yenigün, Chief of the Police Selection and Recruitment Section at the UN Department of Peacekeeping Operations. They discussed the opportunities for Armenia's participation in assisting police subdivisions in the missions under the auspices of the UN. In addition, Davit Tonoyan attended a discussion on the legal process for organizing peacekeeping missions under the auspices of the United Nations. The European Commission has reviewed the financial assistance provided to Armenia after the statement of Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan. "We were surprised when we realized that we provided much more than we thought," Katerina Mathernova, Deputy Director General for Neighborhood and Enlargement Negotiations at the European Commission, told reporters, answering a question whether she was familiar with Pashinyan's statements. Head of the European delegation to Armenia, Piotr Svitalski, placed attention to the fact that 100 million euros allocated by the EU haven't been used yet, before speaking about new financing, which, of course, it is necessary to look back. 110 million euros are waiting in a fridge, and their use depends only on Armenia, he said.